Hi, my name is Scott Smoot and I am the paid search manager here at Online Image. Another question that we really get a lot here is, or a concern really, is I'm not seeing any leads coming from your efforts. Well, this is a hard one, and it's hard for a lot of reasons. And in order to answer this question and try to address this one, we need to talk about conversion tracking. So in order to discuss this, we really need to look over numbers. So bear with me for a little bit and see if you can follow through the examples here that I'm going to be giving you. So let's say in a given month, for your account, you got 200 clicks, which for some really low budget campaigns and accounts, that's actually really, really good. 200 clicks can be a lot of clicks. Generally speaking, we see a 2% to 5% conversion rate across the industry. That doesn't mean it's at Online Image, it doesn't mean it's for your industry in particular. That is across the internet as a whole, somewhere between 2 to 5%. So based off of that conversion rate, 200 clicks will lead to 4 to 10 leads or conversions in a given time period in this month. Now, if you split that out into a week, that's only 1 to 2 leads per week. And it's really, really easy and understandable for those leads to get lost in all the other leads that you're getting. I mean, if you're getting 5 to 10 leads a week, adding one more on that could easily get lost, and you might not really notice that coming into your business. So we got to make sure that you're able to track these and that you're able to really know the effectiveness of your campaign. Now, one way, and to really get into this, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the technicalities of conversion tracking basics. So let's talk first about online leads. So the way that an online lead works is that a customer is going to click on your ad. They're going to come to your website and fill out a web form. And then they're going to end up at your thank you page. And now on that thank you page is going to be a bit of code that we have to install that's going to send data back to AdWords to say, hey, a conversion took place. And from that, we can try to optimize and know, hey, something happens here, something works. Let's keep doing what's working. Now, you can also track phone calls. Now, again, a client's going to click on your ad. A third-party software is going to catch that click, and it's going to put on your website a unique phone number for that source. And then the phone tracking software is going to record the conversion data and then send that data back to AdWords so that we know what keywords, once again, we're really tracking and doing well. A third option, if you have an e-commerce website, is a client clicks on your ad. They add something and they buy something through your shopping cart, and they once again end up on a thank you page. Now again, that conversion plus the revenue of that conversion can be sent back to AdWords so that we can record that data and see what's really working out well for you. Now, some of these are a little bit harder to set up than others. For example, an online lead is super easy. We can set that up in 5 minutes, and it's really just a copy paste of some conversion code that Google gives us onto your thank you page. Phone call tracking, it can be relatively easy to set up, but you have to rely on a third-party software most times in order to make that work, and that can cost a little bit of money. And sales tracking, well, you got to make that work with your e-commerce site. You got to make it work with your shopping cart, which does take some development and some work in order to get that to work. Really, really valuable though, and a lot of insights can be gained by setting up any or all of these conversion tracking metrics. But something to keep in mind here is that conversion tracking is never perfect. And as hard as we have tried in the industry to make this work, there's just limitations to it that we'll never be able to truly answer and solve. For example, multi-touch conversions happen constantly, meaning they're going to come to your website once, leave, come back again, maybe walk into your store, leave, call you again through your online website, and there's going to be a lot of touches that are going to happen through online means. And a click now through your PPC campaign may end up being a conversion through another source later. Well, it's good to be able to track that, to know that your clicks are having effect on your bottom line. Another issue is that tracking can't track people who switch devices. For example, someone looks you up on their phone, they go home, and they look you up again on your computer. Well, there's no way to know that those two devices are linked and it's really the same person. Or they could walk into your store and office after looking you up on the phone, and again, there's no connection there between someone looking you up online and then walking into your store in person. But what if you can't even add the tracking code? What if you don't, for example, have access to your own website? Or you're part of a corporate culture and you don't have access to your profile on a corporate website? Well, there's not a whole lot that you can really do in this case. You can rely on known conversion rates like the 2 to 5% that I mentioned earlier and try to track how many of your conversions are coming through an online source. Or really, when customers come in and talk to you, try to ask them where your leads came from. And it's important to distinguish natural from paid search results. But these two options are really pretty terrible and have proven to be incredibly unreliable. And to a certain degree, you just have to trust that your PPC campaign is working, which is not ideal, but to a certain degree, if you can't make changes to your website, it might be your best option. Also, it's really just critical to just get to the nitty-gritty of everything that's going on, really get data-driven, and really try to see what kind of lift that you're getting out of your leads. Again, going back to that 200 clicks to 1 to 4 leads a day, 1 to 2 leads a week, it really can be very easily lost in all of the data that you're tracking into your business. Again, data is key here. The more data that you can get and the more data that you can track, the better that we can track the success of a PPC campaign. If you have any additional questions, please come ask one of us. We'll be more than happy to try and help you out with some of these problems. It's not an easy one, but it can be solved with a little bit of analysis. If you got any other questions, give us a ring, and thanks for watching.